Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to dive into a program that's all about fast-tracking your career in a super exciting field, e-commerce product ownership. So let's get right into what makes this whole thing tick. So let's just get right to it. Have you ever really thought about what it takes to own an e-commerce product? And I don't just mean, managing a backlog or writing tickets. I'm talking about truly owning it, from the high-level business strategy all the way down to the tiny details of getting a package to a customer's doorstep. And that very question gets us right to the heart of the biggest hurdle for so many aspiring product owners today. We can call it the modern commerce challenge. Right, so here's the thing. Being successful in e-commerce product management today goes way beyond just knowing the theory. It's about really understanding the nuts and bolts of the business. You have to be comfortable looking at a profit and loss statement. You've got to be able to navigate that alphabet soup of complex systems, your OMS, PIM, WMS, and you need to speak the language of key metrics fluently, like CAC, your customer acquisition cost, and LTV, the lifetime value of that customer. It's all about making decisions based on cold, hard data, not just a hunch. And it's exactly this gap, the space between the textbook and the real, often messy, world of commerce that opens the door for a completely new way to learn. PML School really boils down their whole philosophy into just 4 words. Learn by building, lead with clarity. I mean, that really says it all, doesn't it? It just cuts right to the chase of what the industry is desperate for right now. Okay, so take a look at this. What's so cool here is how all these different pieces fit together like a puzzle. It's not just one thing, it's the whole picture. You start with that deep domain expertise, so you actually get the industry. Then you layer in emerging tech like AI, so you're not falling behind. But it's all grounded in real business models and strategy. And the best part? It all comes to life through hands-on sprints where you're actually building things, all while developing the leadership skills you need to get people on board with your vision. It's the whole shebang. And this is exactly why this approach is so effective. It forces you to think like a business owner first, not just a feature manager. You get a true end-to-end understanding of the systems. You learn how to actually use data to make smart calls, and you're applying AI to solve real problems, not just talking about it in the abstract. And you leave with a capstone project for your portfolio that literally proves you can do the work. All right, so that's the why. But what does it actually look like week to week? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the 8-week program itself. So the whole thing is broken down into 5 main modules. It kicks off with the absolute must-haves in Module 1, the business of digital commerce. From there, you move into the tech stack and then into metrics. But the part that really jumps out at me is Module 4, applied AI and ML in e-commerce. This is where you get into using AI for stuff like search, recommendations, and pricing. And it all leads up to the capstone, where you pull everything you've learned together to tackle a real-world problem from start to finish. And the way they structure each week is pretty smart. It's really designed to make things stick. You get about an hour of the core concepts and frameworks. Then a mentor walks you through it for about 30 minutes with actual examples from the field. And here's the kicker. Every week wraps up with a hands-on lab using AI tools, so you're constantly applying what you learn, not just passively listening. So let's just quickly recap the format, nice and simple. It's an 8-week program. It happens on the weekends, so it's built for people who are already working. We're talking a commitment of about 2.5 hours a week, and it's all live, online, and with a mentor guiding you the whole way. Okay, so you go through the program, but what's the end game? It's all about your career transformation, right? Let's talk about that. And look, the feedback from people who've actually done this, it really speaks volumes. You have one grad saying, "I finally understand what being a PM truly means." That's a huge statement right there. Then there's this one, which really focuses on the guidance. Best mentorship I've received in my career. I mean, that's some seriously high praise. And this one from Manish Agarwal, I think, really sums it up nicely. He talks about developing real product thinking through hands-on exercises and how if you're serious about growing as a product manager, these programs are, in his words, truly invaluable. So when you come out the other side, what kind of doors does this open? Well, we're talking about roles like associate product owner, specifically in e-commerce, junior product manager for a commerce or marketplace company, or even a business analyst who specializes in retail tech. And at the end of the day, that certification you get, it's not just a line on your resume. It's a signal, a really clear one, to any hiring manager that you get 3 things. You have deep domain expertise, you know how to think in systems, and you're ready to own a product using data. All right, this all leads us to the big question, probably the most important one you should be asking yourself. Is this program actually the right one for you? And I really appreciate that they're super transparent about this. On one hand, this is absolutely perfect for aspiring product owners, business analysts looking to make that jump into a product role, or anyone in e-commerce who wants to level up. But hey, on the flip side, they're also honest about who it's not for. If you just want to cram some theory for a certification exam, or if you're only interested in high-level leadership talks without getting your hands dirty, this probably isn't going to be the right fit. So I'm just going to leave you with this final thought. It's really a question for you. Are you ready to stop just learning about product management and start actually building the future of commerce? Because that, right there, is the real difference.